Ghost in the Shell First Assault is a first-person shooter based on the anime series that was made in the 80s and 90s that I grew up with and that I love so much. And it nails the aesthetics, and it nails where the microtransactions should and should not be, and it nails the customization. But it still sucks. It does. It still sucks. And I'm going to interrupt my own goddamn intro to tell you that it sucks. Because it sucks, and it makes me so angry. Watch this. This is the introduction to the tutorial. This is Ghost in the Shell aesthetic. It breathes cyberpunk Ghost in the Shell from the anime. This is it. This is so good. Look at this shit. Oh, fucking amazing, right? This is the kind of aesthetic you would want, right? Through the whole game, right? I mean, look at it. It's great. It's fantastic. This is the tutorial. This aesthetic does not last for the environmental design. Warning, by the way. Let's go to the armory, okay? Let's look at all the different guns you can get. All right, these are the guns you can unlock. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for any of the guns, but you don't have to buy these guns, okay? All the guns that are unlockable in this game that you can't level up and unlock, all the other ones you can unlock through GP, which you earn by playing the game. And you can't earn them any other way. You can't buy a bunch of GP, you just gotta play and level up. You can buy GP boost, but I don't really care. Boosts and experience buffs and things like that never bothered me in terms of microtransactions, okay? Where the microtransactions are the place that I'm okay with, and they are in the aesthetics of the game. They are in the costumes. They are in the weapon skins. That's pretty much it. They're in the hero license as well, but you can actually unlock more heroes, or operator as they call them, which, yeah, that's what you should call them from the Ghost in the Shell universe. Operator licensing by using GP as well. And it's not too terribly bad considering the amount of GP you get every time you level up. Starting levels anyway. You get 50k every time you level up. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a huge weapon attachment system that you're looking at right now. There are weapon attachments for every single gun. Some are custom built for one gun because that was the way they thought only it could work for that gun. Others have similar weapon attachments from gun to gun, but every single gun has its own weapon attachment, and it works. And it's great. The amount of customization you can do on a gun in terms of weapon attachments is amazing. There are the prices for the NX, by the way. That's the microtransaction system. Now, as I was saying before, microtransactions, the only thing you can buy in terms of microtransactions are weapon skins. And you can't buy those with GP, but okay. And outfits. Outfits for your operators. And that's it. That's all you can buy with their microtransactions. And that's perfect. That works out just fine. You can buy operator license as well, which we talked about. But that works out perfectly. I'm okay with this. That's the best. That's a perfect system. You're not, anybody that doesn't pay for your game, you're not throwing them under the bus saying, alright, you're gonna suck compared to this person because they spent money on it. That's not the case in this game. The microtransactions in this game are fair. It does the weapon customization just fine, alright? It does the microtransactions just fine, alright? The visual aesthetic, the music, listen to the music! It's so good. It's so Ghost in the Shelly, right? And then they have anime clips and everything, and it's like, okay, so why does this game suck, Guns? What's wrong? You're giving it so much praise right now. Let's hop into a game and find out, shall we? The rail systems. The rail systems in the game are terrible. And what I mean by the rail systems in the game is the moving around. Moving from left to right. I spent 30 minutes inside the sensitivity options trying to find that sweet spot sensitivity for me, you know, that works good, that I'm like, alright, this feels like natural movement to me, right? Good first-person shooters, they emulate natural movement on their vertical and horizontal axis, okay? So that way when you're looking at the screen, it doesn't feel like your head disconnects from you, okay? You feel like it's natural as you're watching it, you know? Like there's some weight into it, there's some character movement into it, okay? That's not here. That's not here at all, okay? Aside from the little bopping that your character does, watch when I turn from the left and right. See if you notice any animations that indicate to my character or me that I'm turning left and right. Short answer, there aren't any. It feels like you're on a mechanical swivel, okay? It feels so artificial. It feels like your character's on a mechanical swivel to go left and right, and that's it. And that's the only thing you can do is left and right, left and right, left and right, real fast, and it feels so bad. It feels so bad. And I kind of have a sixth sense for this in terms of like when a game has a shitty rail system and it's just not going to play well, and when the aiming doesn't feel like it, like the, oh my god, we'll talk about the aiming system and the hit registration system in a minute. I have like a sixth sense for this because I get motion sickness really easily, and when a rail system or when a movement system in a game gives me motion sickness, that clearly illustrates to me that they've not done a good enough job of convincing my brain that I'm actually moving. They've put no thought or no effort. Watch this. Watch him. Watch him. Moving up and down, left, right. His shoulders don't move up and down. There's nothing there to indicate that you're moving. The image just changes on the screen, okay? And it feels so bad. It feels so bad. Makes me angry. It does. It makes me a little bit angry. So the rail system, the vertical and horizontal movement system, it's shit. Honestly, go play it for yourself. You'll probably notice it faster than I did. Or you may not notice it as fast, considering my motion sickness alerts me to it pretty quickly. It's like, oh, 5 minutes in and my head feels like it's spinning. This sucks. By the way, grenades, OP. We'll talk about that in a second. The operators. None of them really have OP abilities. All of them you can see through pretty easily. The invisibility, if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it, but if you're paying attention, you're fine. The turret system can be taken out pretty easily with a grenade or two. There's nothing OP here. They're all kind of augmented abilities that can definitely help you in battle, but they're not going to win anything. So what else about this game sucks? Why am I giving it so much flack and saying that it sucks when everything else in the game is so good? The mechanics, in general. Okay? Look at this level. Watch this level. This is me trying to figure out my sensitivity again, by the way. Like, I'm trying to fine-tune this shit. If I go any higher or any lower, by the way, it really starts to fuck with me. Like, too high, it feels way too fast and feels even more natural than it does. Like, I finally honed it into where it feels just a tad bit natural. But yeah, any lower and it's way too slow and it's so sluggish. Any higher, and like I said, yeah, it just feels super unnatural and super mechanical. But okay, the mechanics of this game are the other reason why it sucks. The hit registration, it's not the best in the world, okay? I think a slug crawling on the ground might suffice as better hit registration, moving from one target to the next, but, okay, you know, whatever there. Just leave that be. Grenades, they're OP. We'll get to that. Second time I've said that. I'll probably say it again at some point. The hit registration is terrible, okay? I don't know why it's terrible. Maybe they have shitty netcode. That's probably why. I could take a guess that they have shitty netcode, and that's mostly the reason why it sucks. I don't know. And the recoil spray patterns, by the way, they're random. They're so random, they're not even consistently random. They're more random than the previous random time they were random. They don't make sense. I've had so many recoil issues, and maybe it's just hit registration issues that I'm having more than recoil issues, but I've had so many where it's like, I shoot a dude in the chest. What happens? Nothing. Not even hit markers, and it's like, dude, I shot you in the chest. And, you know, I definitely can tell when a game has hit registration issues because I played Siege for fucking 6 months when the hit registration issues were at an all-time high, and that was the #1 bitch list on the community, you know? Bitch list, by the way, is a list of things the community's gonna bitch about until they're fixed. I call it a bitch list. But yeah, hit registration, #1 on Siege bitch list, because it was bad, and we all knew it was bad. This it's pretty bad. And considering there's no real big community behind it currently, I don't feel like they're going to have a huge uproar to be like, hey, fix this. Because the game's just new and it's just coming out, and it's still got its developer teething ring on, you know? Okay, so we talked about The hit registration issues. We've talked about how recoil patterns make zero sense. We've talked about how the vertical and horizontal movement is so fucking disjarring and feels so unnatural. Let's talk about the environments. Graphically, the game looks fine. The game looks actually pretty believable for like I feel like this is kind of what the anime world of Ghost in the Shell would look like Makoto Nagano running around, you know, Makoto Nagano, Makoto Kusanagi. I feel like, yeah, I feel like this would be her world, graphically. However, environmentally, kind of sucks. Like, look at these environments. It makes me frustrated because I think there's only 3 or 4 maps currently, and I've played on all of them. There's not a lot of maps. But they're all... One's really way too small. This one's almost the right size, but these guys are terrible map designers. There's no verticality to it. There's no real interesting movement to it. Oh, by the way, the movement system in general, like parkouring and jumping over stuff, yeah, that sucks. Doesn't really work. Feels unnatural as well. Headshot. And by the way, that headshot, if you go back, you rewind it backwards, notice the delay between that and the hit and then the registration. Like, it's a pretty quick, you know, 1, 2, but it's, you can tell a little bit how bad it was. And I think there's a shot coming up here. No, that wasn't it. One of these shots I nail somebody in the chest and it doesn't register. I don't remember which one it was. So, back to the issue at hand. Environments. Environmentally. So, look at this. Where's the creativity? This is not an interesting map at all to me. None of the maps are interesting at all to me. At all. Not even a little fucking bit, okay? And that's a huge issue. Ah, that's the shot. Yeah. I'm gonna slow-mo that one real quick for you. Uh-huh. Fucking... whatever. So, environmentally, where is it? Where's the creative juices? We're given the anime world of Ghost in the Shell to work with here. You ever watch Ghost in the Shell, the anime? The fucking huge sweeping buildings, the cyberpunk future tech Japan, the hundreds of cars on the highways going at fast speeds, the techno Japanese garden style, like none of that styling is here anywhere except in the tutorial, which is where it doesn't fucking count. Can you tell I'm angry? I didn't feel that angry, honestly. I'm a little angry. Environmentally, it's just not here. There's nothing here environmentally that's satisfying at all. And that's a huge letdown considering how pleasing aesthetically the world of Ghost in the Shell was to me, and part of the reason why I love Cyberpunk so much. Part of the reason why I love Cyberpunk so much is because I grew up watching Ghost in the Shell anime on Adult Swim. I was like 9 years old watching this Japanese lady bounce around in these skin-tight suits and boobies everywhere, and I'm like, hey, gay! And then I was hooked from there, right? That was it. You know, you show a 9-year-old boobs. The first place he finds boobs, too, real or fake, fake in my case, anime boobs, right? Probably why I have this weird hentai, tentacle fetish, whatever. But that was the first place I saw boobs. So instantly Cyberpunk was amazing to me, and I just grew to love the series over time. And this doesn't do it justice at all. Like, character design, weapon customization, the microtransactions are in the right place, not affecting the game at all. The menu, the music, they nailed so much on this game, but they failed. They failed so many other things. And that's why the game's bad. You know how games have all those interfaces outside of the game externally before you get in, like this game has a good UI, and this game has a good customization system, and this game has a good microtransaction system. This game has all those things, except it has shitty gameplay, and that's what ruins it. That is literally what ruins it. Oh yeah, grenades. Why are they OP? Because you can chuck one across the map at any time, and like I'm pretty sure the explosion goes through walls, whatever. They get so many kills. It's ridiculous. I feel like they need to kind of little bit be nerfed, but whatever. It fails. It fails on a gameplay front, and that's why I cannot recommend it in its current state. Maybe they'll fix it later on. I really, really hope they do, because I want this to be good. I love Ghost in the Shell, and I want a good cyberpunk game to enjoy. But that is going to be it for this episode of TFL, guys. Ghost in the Shell, the first disappointment of Assault. Available on Steam. I'm sad. I'm gonna go cry about how this game's terrible and I wanted it to be good, and it was almost really, really good, except it wasn't. Oh yeah, that operator bitch, she's annoying as fuck. Go support the Patreon, patreon.com/3gunsdown, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, twitch.tv/3gunsdown, all that stuff's in the description below. Thank you for watching this episode of TFL. If you liked it, like it. If not, put your stuff in the comments below. Subscribe if you already have. Am I done plugging myself? No. We're gonna spend 5 minutes plugging myself because that's what I'm angry today. I'm just gonna sit here and rant about how terrible this fucking game is and like